Hello, viewers. Welcome back to the Harvard Business Review series by Tracks. In today's video, we are going to discuss a very interesting article by Clatyon Christensen. Clayton was a professor of innovation at Harvard Business School before he finally passed away in 2020. He's the author of the bestseller book, The Innovator's Dilemma, and this book is highly recommended for you if you are really interested in innovation and disruptive technologies. Clayton is an inspiration for many because before his eventual death in 2020, he survived a stroke, he was a cancer survivor, as well as a survivor of heart attack. So the article which we are going to discuss today is how will you measure your life? And for this review of this article, I have invited again Daniyal Zahid. Daniyal, welcome.
Thank you, sir.
So Daniyal, first tell the viewers about the main lesson or main insight, and then we are going to, like the previous video, we are going to break down into the key insights which the viewers can learn or which can inform their life as far as their professional life is concerned. But at a bigger or macro level, please unpack the main lesson of the article.
Sir, so Clayton talks about in this article, he talks about how to approach problems rather than giving a solution. He says that a quality of a good manager is that he will tell you, he will give you techniques on how to find solutions rather than giving you the plain solution inside. So an analogy for this can be that he will teach you how to fish rather than giving you the fish itself. So Clayton, as you rightly mentioned, he's an innovation expert, and he talks about deriving strategies in life which promote innovation.
All right. So the first question which Clayton asks and tries to answer in the article is, how can I be happy with my career? So can you break down the answer into the management principle and the observations he mentions?
Yes, sir. Sir, so for the question that how can I be happy in my life, he talks about resource allocation from a management perspective. He answers this question from this point of view, and he says that for you to grow as an individual, it is very important to have a clear sense of purpose. Generally, people think that you need more money, you need more resources to grow, but that's not the case. How you contribute well to society, how you engage with others, how you take responsibilities, and how you basically give to society is what matters. So if you want to be happy in your career, you have to have very fixed goals. You have to focus and prioritize things that really matter, and you don't have to think about immediate gratification. You have to consistently build on your values, derive strategies that help you achieve long-term growth. So his main emphasis is to focus on things that will give you value in the long run.
Okay. So the second question he asks and then tries to answer through a management principle and observations is that the relationship with family matters.
Yes, sir.
And relationships are important because they are source of enduring happiness for a person.
Yes.
So can you break down into a management principle and then observations he mentions?
Sir, so relation with your family, he breaks down this from the perspective of strategy implementation. He says that investing in family is a very long-term game. He says that when you have kids, you take time out with them, you play with them, you basically invest in their future. Raising a family is not like doing a job.
Yes.
That you do a certain thing, you get rewarded for it, and then you move on. He says that if you have kids, you have to continuously invest in them good values, and it is only after 18-20 years minimum that you see good rewards. And good rewards are in terms of their good upbringing, how they deal with society, and basically how they carry forward your name. So he says that if you have to have a good relation with your family, it is important that you invest in them, you prioritize relations with them, and you make sure that they are an important source of value for the community as a whole.
Okay. And lastly, he asks the question, how can I live my life with integrity?
Yes, sir.
So can you break down this question, the answer to this question?
Yes, sir. So Clayton is a big fan of sticking to your values, and he says that in life there are a lot of opportunities when you will have when you can switch away from your values. But he says in his experience, it is always harmful if you switch away from your values. For example, he in the article he mentions that it is easy to stick to your value 100% rather than 98% of the time. So he says, and I'm linking this with the first point, he says that it is very important for you to have a very clear sense of purpose in life. You have to, no matter what the condition, what your situation, you have to stick to your core principle values. That can be different from you, for you, that can be different from me. But whatever the principle you stick upon, you have to adhere to it. He says only then can you be recognized as a man of integrity and values. And he says that he basically, for this, he breaks down the management perspective. He says that when in finance, when you're evaluating investments, you generally look at the past and then use the past to predict the future. But that's not the case with your life. He says that whatever your past, you have to stick with it and you have to use that as a means to improve your future. So all in all, he says stick to a value, be rigid about it, whether people like it or not, and this is the way you will live a life of integrity.
Great. Thank you very much, Daniyal, for reviewing this article for our viewers. And I hope, viewers, that you have learned many lessons from this article. We'll continue with this series, so stay tuned and join Tracks.